Steve Jobs once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." But here's the truth. Those people didn't wait for the perfect moment or for motivation to knock on their door. They created it by taking action, even when it was hard. Think about when life felt heavy, when the weight of work, relationships, or expectations seemed too much to bear. You might have felt stuck, wondering if things would ever change. The truth is, nothing changes on its own. It starts with you, with one small, courageous step forward. But action isn't just about doing, it's about reclaiming your power. It's about turning fear into fuel, building self-discipline, and proving that you're capable of more than you imagined. This is the essence of Stoicism: controlling what you can, letting go of what you can't, and finding peace in the process. In this video, we'll explore practical, timeless lessons from Stoic philosophy to help you overcome procrastination, master self-discipline, and create habits that lead to success. These aren't just theories, they're actionable steps you can start using today. Share your story in the comments below. What challenges have you faced, and how have you learned to turn them into opportunities for growth? Your experiences may inspire others to take their first step. Also, share this video with someone who needs it, as this message may be the motivation they need too. Let's start this journey together. Take the first step. It's hard, but it's worth it. 1. No one will do it for you. Have you ever dreamed of achieving something extraordinary only to hesitate, waiting for the perfect moment? I once dreamed of becoming a writer, imagining myself holding a book I'd authored or standing on a stage accepting an award for my words. But I never started. Days turned into months, and my dream remained just that, a dream. Then it hit me. I was the one holding myself back. If I didn't take the first step, no one else would do it for me. As the Stoic philosophy teaches, the only thing you truly control is your actions. No one will climb your mountain or build your dreams for you. Waiting for the stars to align or for someone to rescue you is a trap. You're the author of your life, and every day you delay is another page left unwritten. The quote, "Climb mountains, not so the world can see you, but so you can see the world," reminds us of the purpose of our efforts. Your journey isn't about impressing others. It's about discovering who you are and what you're capable of. Every step forward is a declaration of your strength, a testament to your courage to act when others might falter. Think about the things you've been putting off: starting a business, pursuing a new career, or simply taking control of your health. Are you waiting for motivation to strike, or for someone to validate your worth? Here's the truth. No one is coming to do it for you. Your dreams and goals are yours alone to pursue. When I finally picked up the pen to write, I was terrified of failure. But then I realized, as the Stoics remind us, failure isn't the end, it's a teacher, a necessary step on the growth path. The first words I wrote weren't perfect. They were messy and uncertain, but they were mine, and they were progress. Action is a choice you make every day. It doesn't require perfection, just persistence. Start small if you must, but start. Each step builds momentum, and with momentum comes confidence. Imagine yourself at the top of your mountain, looking out at a world transformed, not by what others think of you, but by how you've changed. That view is worth every moment of effort, every stumble along the way. So stop waiting, stop doubting, take that first step today. Because when you look back, you'll realize that the power to climb was always within you. No one will do it for you, but you can, and that makes all the difference. 2. Commit to habits and stay consistent. Habits are the foundation of success. They shape your actions, guide your decisions, and ultimately define your destiny. But creating a habit isn't easy. Research shows that it takes at least 2 months to solidify a new habit, yet you can abandon one in an instant. This reveals an important truth. Consistency is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Let me share a story. A year ago, I decided to start running every morning. At first, it was exhausting. My body protested, my mind made excuses, and every step felt heavier than the last. But I didn't want to give up on the vision of a healthier version of myself. So I laced up my shoes each morning, even when I didn't feel like it. Slowly, what was once a struggle became second nature. Running became a part of who I am. The Stoics teach us that discipline is freedom. It liberates you from the chaos of indecision and provides structure to your life. By committing to habits, you reclaim control over your actions. It's not about doing everything perfectly, but about showing up every day, even when it's hard. Think of a sculptor chiseling a block of marble. Each stroke seems insignificant, but over time, those small, consistent efforts reveal a masterpiece. Your habits are the same. Each day you stay consistent, you're carving out a better version of yourself. But how do you maintain this consistency? Start small. Choose habits that align with your goals, whether it's exercising, journaling, or dedicating 30 minutes to learning a new skill. Write them down and make them non-negotiable. Treat these commitments like sacred promises to yourself. Don't despair if you falter. Missing a day doesn't mean failure. It means you're human. What matters is how quickly you get back on track. Consistency isn't about being flawless, it's about persistence. Here's another lesson from the Stoics. Focus on what you can control. You may not control the weather or the circumstances of your day, but you can control whether you show up. Let this become your mantra. I can't control everything, but I can control my actions. Remember, the power of habits lies in their compounding effect. One day of effort might seem small, but over weeks, months, and years, those efforts build momentum, and momentum creates transformation. So what habits will you commit to today? What small, daily actions will you take to move closer to your goals? The growth path isn't a sprint, it's a marathon of consistent steps. Stay the course, and you'll not only reach your destination, you'll become the person who makes the journey worthwhile. 3. Waiting is wasting time. Time doesn't wait for anyone. Every moment you let slip away is a moment you'll never get back. The Stoics believe that time is our most valuable resource, more precious than wealth or power. Why? Because while you can earn back money, time once spent is gone forever. As the saying goes, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now. I used to imagine having the power to rewind time and relive my life with the knowledge I have today. Standing on the edge of turning 40, I found myself flooded with regrets. I asked myself repeatedly, what should I do now? It felt overwhelming, like carrying a weight I couldn't put down. But then, I did something that changed everything. I wrote down the things I'd always wanted to do, but hadn't. I looked at each item and asked, do I still want this? If so, how can I make it happen? That simple exercise was my wake-up call. Waiting is often disguised as planning or preparing, but in truth, it's fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, or even fear of success. We convince ourselves that conditions aren't right, that tomorrow will be better. But tomorrow becomes next week, next month, next year, and suddenly we're out of time. Consider this. How many dreams have you shelved, promising yourself you'll get to them someday? Someday isn't real. It's a lie we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort. Action, no matter how small, is the antidote. One step forward today is worth 100 plans for tomorrow. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control. You can't control the past, and you can't predict the future, but you have power over this moment. Ask yourself, what can I do right now to move closer to my goals? The answer doesn't have to be grand. It could be as simple as writing down your intentions, making a call, or dedicating 10 minutes to a skill you've been avoiding. Procrastination feeds on excuses. I'm not ready. I don't have time. What if I fail? These are barriers we create to protect ourselves from discomfort. But the truth is, waiting doesn't spare you from pain. It only delays it. The regret of inaction is far heavier than the discomfort of starting. Picture yourself a year from now. What will you wish you had begun today? Will you look back and be grateful for the steps you took? Or will you mourn the time you lost? The future is built in the present, one choice at a time. So stop waiting. Whatever it is, a goal, a dream, a decision, take action now. Write the email, start the project, or simply commit to the first step. Because while waiting wastes time, action transforms it into progress. Your life is happening now, and it's too precious to let slip away. 4. Turn your pain into fuel. What do you want most in life? Is it happiness, a fulfilling career, or a loving family? These answers sound familiar, don't they? But have you ever asked yourself a deeper, more revealing question? What pain are you willing to endure to achieve those dreams? This question might seem unusual, even uncomfortable, but it holds the key to understanding what truly matters. The Stoics teach us that life isn't about avoiding pain, but about choosing the pain that aligns with our purpose. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Pain is inevitable. Challenges will find you no matter what path you take. But the pain you willingly embrace for a cause you believe in, that's transformative. It sharpens your focus, strengthens your resolve, and connects you to something greater than yourself. Pain is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Think about the dreams you hold close to your heart. To achieve them, sacrifices must be made. Long hours, rejections, failures, these are the realities of pursuing something worthwhile. The question isn't how to avoid these struggles, but whether they are struggles you're willing to face. What are you prepared to endure to create a life that aligns with your deepest values? The Stoics understood this truth. They believed that enduring hardship with grace and purpose not only builds character, but also reveals your true strength. Pain, when embraced, becomes the fuel for progress. Each moment of struggle is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to build resilience. Ask yourself, what have you avoided because it seemed too difficult? Have you let the fear of discomfort hold you back from the life you want? It's tempting to stay in a zone of ease, but ease doesn't bring fulfillment. Fulfillment is found in the effort, in the climb, in proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you imagined. Pain has the power to clarify. It strips away the trivial and forces you to focus on what truly matters. It's in these moments that you realize what you're willing to fight for, what you're willing to sacrifice for. Pain shapes you, not by breaking you, but by revealing the strength you didn't know you had. As you face life's challenges, remember this. Every difficulty you overcome is a step closer to the person you want to be. Every setback is an opportunity to refine your goals and strengthen your commitment. Pain isn't the end, it's the beginning of a transformation. So ask yourself today, what pain am I willing to endure? Answering this question will guide you toward a life that's not just lived, but truly earned. Let your pain become your fuel. Let it ignite your passion, your resilience, and your determination to create the life you deserve. 5. Eliminate excuses completely. There was a time when I found myself constantly saying, "I'm too busy." I told my family I couldn't take them out on weekends because of work. But the truth was, I wasn't managing my time. I was letting my habits manage me. Every time I made an excuse, I felt the weight of regret growing heavier. My excuses weren't just delaying action. They were holding me back from the life I wanted to build. Excuses are the silent killers of progress. They're deceptively comforting because they let us avoid responsibility. But as the Stoics remind us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Think about it. How many times have you said, "I don't have time, I'm not ready, or I can't afford to fail"? Excuses seem harmless at first, but they add up. Each excuse becomes a barrier, separating you from your goals. They keep you trapped in your comfort zone, a place where growth is impossible. The problem with excuses is that they disguise the real issue: fear. Fear of failure, fear of discomfort, or fear of change. It's easier to blame circumstances than to take ownership of your choices. But the truth is, no one succeeds by accident. Success requires effort, discipline, and the courage to confront your fears. The Stoics teach us that external factors don't control our lives, our choices do. You may not control every situation, but you can control how you respond. By eliminating excuses, you reclaim that control. To start, you must first recognize your excuses. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Why am I hesitating? Often, the answers reveal the fears you need to face. For me, it was admitting that I wasn't prioritizing what truly mattered. Once you've identified your excuses, replace them with solutions. If you say, "I don't have time," then evaluate how you're spending it. Could you wake up earlier, cut distractions, or set clearer priorities? If you think, "I'm not ready," ask yourself, what's stopping me from starting today? Action creates readiness, not the other way around. Remember, excuses are habits, and like any habit, they can be changed. The key is to replace them with better habits: accountability, consistency, and problem solving. Every time you overcome an excuse, you build mental toughness and prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. Excuses offer temporary comfort, but they come at a cost. They rob you of progress and keep you from reaching your potential. As the Stoics remind us, the path to growth is through action, not justification. So, what excuses are holding you back today? Identify them, confront them, and eliminate them. Because when you stop making excuses, you start making progress. And that's when transformation begins. 6. Overcome resistance with a strong mindset. Resistance is a force we all encounter. It whispers doubts into your mind, convinces you to procrastinate, and makes you believe that tomorrow is a better day to start. But as the Stoics teach us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. To overcome resistance, you must first understand it. Resistance isn't external, it comes from within. It's the voice of fear, the weight of past failures, and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. It thrives on hesitation and magnifies discomfort. But here's the truth. Resistance exists to test you. Its purpose is not to stop you, but to strengthen you. A strong mindset is your greatest weapon against resistance. It begins with clarity, knowing why you're pursuing your goals. Ask yourself, what is the purpose behind my actions? When your purpose is clear, resistance loses its power. A clear purpose anchors you in moments of doubt and reminds you why you must press on. The Stoics believed in focusing only on what you can control. You can't control how hard the journey will be, but you can control your response. When resistance shows up, don't fight it. Embrace it. Accept that discomfort is part of growth. Each time you face resistance, you're building resilience. Gratitude is another tool for overcoming resistance. When challenges feel overwhelming, shift your focus to what you've already accomplished. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remind yourself that each step forward brings you closer to your goal. Gratitude turns resistance into an opportunity to reflect and refocus. Another Stoic principle is visualization. Picture the person you're becoming through your efforts. Visualize yourself overcoming obstacles, staying disciplined, and achieving your goals. This practice not only motivates you, but also builds mental strength. It reinforces the belief that you are capable of handling whatever resistance throws your way. It's also important to create an environment that supports your goals. Remove distractions and establish routines that keep you on track. Resistance thrives in chaos, but a structured life leaves little room for it. Each habit you build, each boundary you set, weakens resistance and strengthens your resolve. Finally, practice patience. Resistance doesn't disappear overnight. Building a strong mindset takes time and effort. Be kind to yourself when setbacks occur, but never let them derail you. Learn from them, adapt, and keep moving forward. As the Stoics remind us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Resistance is not your enemy, it's the path you must walk to reach your potential. By embracing it with a strong mindset, you transform challenges into opportunities and prove to yourself that nothing can hold you back. Today, decide that resistance will no longer dictate your actions. Instead, let it inspire you to rise, to endure, and to grow. Only you have the power to overcome it, and with a strong mindset, there's nothing you cannot achieve. 7. Clear your environment of distractions. Distractions are everywhere. From the constant ping of notifications to the endless stream of emails, our modern world is designed to pull our attention in 1,000 directions. I've experienced this firsthand. There were days when I'd sit down to work, only to realize hours later that I hadn't accomplished anything meaningful. The culprit? Distractions. They stole my focus and left me feeling drained and unproductive. For leaders and professionals, the stakes are even higher. Managing teams, making decisions, and keeping a system running smoothly require precision and clarity. But distractions create cracks in that foundation. One moment of neglect and one poorly considered decision can lead to consequences far greater than a missed deadline. The Stoics understood the value of focus. They taught that we should direct our energy only toward what we can control. But how can we achieve this in a world full of noise? The answer lies in creating an environment that supports focus rather than fights it. Start by identifying the sources of your distractions. Is it the clutter on your desk, the constant hum of notifications, the temptation to check social media? Awareness is the first step to control. Once you've pinpointed the culprits, take deliberate action to remove them. Set boundaries with your technology. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Schedule specific times to check your email instead of letting it interrupt you throughout the day. Create a workspace that minimizes external noise and visual distractions. A clear space fosters a clear mind. But it's not just about external distractions. Internal distractions, stress, fatigue, and overthinking are equally disruptive. To combat this, establish rituals that ground you. Start your day with 5 minutes of mindfulness or journaling. Take regular breaks to recharge your mind. A calm, centered state of mind is your best defense against losing focus. Remember, distractions are seductive. They offer a momentary escape from the tasks that challenge us. But this escape comes at a cost. Each moment spent distracted is a moment stolen from your goals, your progress, and your success. The Stoics remind us to keep our priorities clear. Ask yourself, what truly matters right now? Let that question guide your actions. When distractions arise, remind yourself of your purpose. Is this interruption worth the time it's taking from what matters most? Usually, the answer is no. Creating a distraction-free environment isn't about achieving perfection. It's about building habits and systems that protect your focus. It's about valuing your time as the precious resource it is. With practice, these efforts compound, and you'll find yourself achieving more in less time with greater clarity. Today, commit to clearing your environment of distractions. Take back your time, your energy, and your focus. Because when you eliminate what doesn't matter, you create space for what does. That's where your true power lies. 8. Keep the end goal in sight. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to become great. This timeless truth reminds us of the power of beginnings. But what sustains us through the journey is a clear vision of the destination. The Stoics emphasize this principle, teaching that clarity of purpose is essential to overcoming obstacles and staying the course. Life is full of distractions and challenges that can make the path to success seem unclear. It's easy to lose sight of why you started when faced with setbacks or the grind of daily effort. But your end goal, your ultimate vision, must remain your guiding light. It's the anchor that keeps you steady in the face of uncertainty and the compass that directs your every action. To keep the end goal in sight, you must first define it with precision. What does success look like for you? Is it achieving a specific milestone, creating a legacy, or becoming the best version of yourself? A vague idea will falter under pressure, but a well-defined vision will inspire and motivate you. Once your goal is clear, break it down into manageable steps. Large dreams can feel overwhelming, but when you focus on one step at a time, the journey becomes achievable. Each small victory builds momentum and brings you closer to the finish line. The Stoics remind us to focus on the present moment while keeping the future in mind. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." Your goal is your future, but it's built through the consistent actions you take today. Each day is a brick in the foundation of your success. Visualizing your goal regularly can also help maintain focus. Close your eyes and imagine the life you're working toward. The fulfillment, the joy, the pride of knowing you persevered. Let that image fuel your determination. The clearer your vision, the stronger your resolve to overcome any obstacle. Resilience is key. The path to achieving your end goal will not be easy. There will be moments of doubt, frustration, and even failure. But these are not reasons to give up. They are opportunities to grow, to adapt, and to reaffirm your commitment to your vision. Remember, every great achievement is born of perseverance. Stay vigilant against distractions and temptations that pull you away from your purpose. Ask yourself with every decision, is this bringing me closer to or farther from my goal? Let that question guide your actions and ensure your energy is spent wisely. Keeping the end goal in sight isn't just about achieving success. It's about becoming the person who never gave up, who faced challenges with courage, and who remained steadfast in their pursuit. Let your vision inspire you every day. Because when you stay focused on your goal, you're not just building a better future. You're shaping the best version of yourself. 9. Reward yourself for progress. Progress is built one step at a time, and each step deserves recognition. The Stoics teach us to acknowledge the present moment and the small victories along the way. Too often we focus only on the ultimate goal, forgetting to celebrate the journey that brings us there. Yet, it's in these small wins that our motivation and resilience are nurtured. Rewards, when done thoughtfully, are powerful. They are not about indulgence or extravagance, but about affirming your efforts and maintaining momentum. A well-chosen reward serves as a reminder that every action, no matter how small, contributes to the bigger picture. It reinforces the habit of perseverance and strengthens your resolve to keep moving forward. But the value of a reward lies not in its size or cost, but in its meaning. A meaningful reward aligns with your values and brings genuine happiness. It doesn't need to be grand, it needs to resonate. The Stoics would remind us that true satisfaction comes not from excess, but from harmony with what truly matters. When you reward yourself, you're not just recognizing your progress, you're creating a positive cycle of effort and reinforcement. Each accomplishment becomes an anchor, reminding you of your capability and the results of your dedication. These moments of acknowledgement fuel your inner strength, making the challenges ahead feel more surmountable. However, rewards must be balanced with intention. They are not an escape or a distraction, but a conscious act of appreciation for your effort. This balance ensures that your focus remains on the process, not just the outcome. By celebrating progress, you cultivate gratitude, a core principle of Stoicism, and keep yourself grounded in the journey. Rewards also serve as a counterweight to fatigue. As we push forward, the demands of effort can become overwhelming. A small break, a simple acknowledgement of how far you've come, can reignite your drive. It's a reminder that the path to success isn't only about striving, but also about appreciating the strides already taken. When you think about your journey, remember that growth is not linear. There will be highs and lows, moments of rapid advancement, and times of struggle. By rewarding yourself, you honor both the victories and the perseverance through challenges. You remind yourself that progress is worth celebrating, no matter how incremental it may seem. As you move forward, take time to reflect on your achievements and choose rewards that inspire rather than distract. Ask yourself, what would truly motivate me to keep going? What would honor the effort I've already made? Let the answers guide you in creating moments of joy and fulfillment. In the end, rewarding yourself isn't just about the present, it's about preparing for the future. Each reward strengthens your spirit and reinforces your commitment to the journey ahead. Because success isn't just about reaching the destination, it's about the person you become along the way. Celebrate that person, one step at a time. Taking action is never easy, but it is the foundation of a meaningful life. Through this journey, we've explored the power of responsibility, the importance of habits, and the danger of waiting too long. We've uncovered the strength in using pain as fuel, the clarity that comes from eliminating excuses, and the resilience built through a strong mindset. Each of these lessons serves as a stepping stone toward becoming the best version of yourself. The Stoics remind us that while we cannot control every obstacle, we can control how we respond. Success isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about showing up every day, even when it's hard. It's about staying focused on your end goal and rewarding yourself for progress along the way. These practices not only guide you toward your dreams, but also help you find peace and strength in the process. Now, it's your turn to reflect. What steps will you take today to overcome procrastination, build resilience, and reclaim control over your life? Share your story in the comments below. What challenges have you faced, and how have you learned to turn them into opportunities for growth? Your experiences could inspire someone else to take their first step. Remember, action creates change. And with each step, you're not just moving closer to your goals, you're transforming into the person you were meant to be. The time to act is now. Your future self will thank you.